Hey,
Hey,
we are just dropping in here to share with you about our Lumavite molecular hydrogen frequency device experience. We've now had our bottle for 9 weeks today.
just overnight today. Yeah, 9 weeks today.
9 weeks today.
Close enough, yeah.
So we've kind of, I've been sharing a little bit on social media, but not a great deal about our experience. And I know that it is starting to get out there a little bit. Sorry, I'm just going to play with my bottle as I talk. And on the top, you get to choose energy or recovery or Lumavite, which is the light of the sun. And so it's afternoon, so I've chosen a 6-minute cycle. And I'm gonna choose some energy because I have to go online shortly too. So our experience with the bottle, my experience with the bottle. Well, so to begin with, like some of you are aware that I've had a really heavy viral load for a couple of years now. And as part of that, basically I was having outbreaks like realistically, repetitively, like the longest time that I went would have been around 4 weeks or so. So it was just a repetitive thing. And that was only maybe once or twice over the last couple of years. And so I've just been incredibly drained. And you also would probably know that I had to cancel events. Like it was just completely exhausting for me. And it was a struggle for our relationship too, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit frustrating. Yeah.
So since this amazing bottle, I have energy, and if I learned that if I put energy on and I do energy all day, then I can't go to sleep until like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So that was a really good thing to learn. But basically I can get up and I can go the whole day. To begin with, I did have flare-ups for the first 5 days that I utilized this molecular hydrogen technology created by Nuno Nina. And that made me quite depressed because I believe in magic and I wanted a miracle cure that would literally happen straight away as soon as I put the water in my hands. It does take a little bit longer than that. So these outbreaks that I had over the first 5 days, like it would be a tiny little one and it would disappear within 24 hours. Then, usually one of those would have lasted for 5 days and then maybe I might have a day off and then I'd have another one for another 5 days. So yeah, my experience has been extreme, but for those 5 days, those only lasted 24 hours. And I did have another time where I had a massive kind of flare up, and I feel that was due to some funny stuff in the sky because it occurred on 2 different times and my head was just swelling and pounding. So yeah, anyway, that was interesting. And I feel what it's doing for me is the supplementation that I take, both from the naturopath and, well, actually all of it is really from the naturopath, is actually being able to go into my cells because my body is no longer dehydrated. And if the body is not dehydrated, then inflammation is less likely to occur. So that's the first thing from a physical perspective that I could share. And then there's other stuff that I could share from a spiritual perspective, but I might let John talk too. So what have you discovered, my love?
Yes, it's been a bit of a journey. I must admit, I would not have bought a bottle unless because the goddess bought a bottle, and then she said, "I'm ordering one, and are you going?" And I went, "No, how much is it?" And yeah, maybe. And I reflected and went, when I spend that money on my vehicle that I drive around in for a couple of hours a day, and I went, yes, if it needed to be, then I would. Would I spend that money on this vehicle that I spend 24/7 in? It's like, that was an interesting one. That's like, yes, I would. Okay, so, and I trusted this beautiful goddess here. So I went, yep. And I'm into a bit of magic and mystery. So yeah, we both thought at the same time. And for the first, I was pretty sus about the bottle. I was like, yeah, I'm not too sure about this whole, how it's going to be. Read a few bits and pieces. It all sounded good. First 3 or 4 days, I was going to the toilet, weeing more, and I think one day I had a bit of diarrhea, and I thought, okay, because basically what the molecular hydrogen gets, so the small molecules get into the cell membrane, and they help to flush out the bacteria, viruses and toxins in the cell. So that was obviously happening. And then after about 4 or 5, 6 days, I actually just really started to feel more presence, more energy, just stronger in my body. Just felt like, well, I actually feel more energy, more vitality, but I just felt more present, more stronger. And it's like my cells had awakened. It was like this awakening in my cells, and felt more present. And then also having more clarity in the mind. It was just actually having thoughts drop in, and felt spiritually more connected as well, just like there was an opening. So it actually helped to awaken more of the consciousness aspect to me. And so I think, I feel that it actually, awakens and brings more vitality to the body and the mind, and connects us spiritually. And I've been having these moments where you occasionally have those ones where you stare out at nature and you feel connected, you feel a oneness, like you feel, oh, I'm connected to everything. Been having that more frequently. I just had one before we came in. I was just standing out there and I was looking at that. Everything seems brighter. The colour of the sky and the trees and the clouds and everything seems more clear and brighter. And one of my theories is that we know through the studies that the molecular hydrogen molecule passes through the blood-brain barrier. And so my theory is, and there's probably studies on it, I haven't looked that far, but I've got a feeling that it's helping to detox and decalcify the pineal gland, which is over time and through fluoride and chlorine and that in the water, it helps to close down the pineal and deaden that, and which is what the so-called authorities would like us to be doing, numb down. So I think this is actually what the hydrogen, it's not just a hydrogen bottle. The hydrogen is in the base, in the magnetic part of the bottle, and in the top, Nuno Ni has put all these other frequencies in there. So there's a lot going on in the bottle. It actually seems to work on multi-dimensional levels, because I'm actually feeling a lot physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually going on as well. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I don't get too excited about things, these technical things, and this I am. I'm pretty excited because I can feel it. I can feel it in lots of different ways. So yeah.
And for me, like from a spiritual perspective, like my practice is, due to the health issues that I've had, I didn't realize how gently I've been practicing yoga in my daily morning practice. I didn't realize how gently I'd actually been practicing until I started to get energy back again. And, all of a sudden, like more advanced techniques. And I know yoga is not about that. I fully know yoga is not about that. But I think my point here is that I actually didn't have the strength to carry it previously. And as a result, like not a result of my stronger practice, but as a result of this water, I believe what's happening is my downloads are coming in. And I have said to many, it's like a light is switched on within a dark room. Like I am able to see my wounds, my shadows from a completely different perspective. And not only mine, I'm able to see from humanity's perspective as well. So I feel like it's really connecting me back in with the feminine, flowing, emotional part that I was a sole parent, and I've always, as most of us, whether we're in masculine or feminine bodies, most of us has really shut down that feeling side of ourselves, that feminine side of ourselves, whether by choice or whether because we were programmed to do so. So I really am noticing that. So quite aware of the time here, and I'm aware that we probably need to close this up now. So if you are interested, intrigued, want to know more, get in touch. Yeah, put liquid light at the bottom of this, or just say, yeah, send me more info, I'm keen as, or send John an email. You know that that's the way that he operates. Or if you're lucky enough to be one of the few people that have his number, give him a phone call. So it's been beautiful popping in here, and we will pop in again to share more about this. Inanna Rachma.
Inanna Rachma.
There is only love, and this is part of the way there.
Light and love.